to another episode.
Look at this shit.
It's 10 out of J, but I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me for this video.
So I got my Rest in Peace Mac Miller shirt on. And, you know, I'm showing you I'm only racist to racist people. So, if you're racist, count me in. I'm with that shit. So what's my issue with him? He reported my page a long time ago. I'm not necessarily taking the gang aspect to him. I don't respect this gangster. But this is the shit I'm talking about. Look at this shit. Watch this shit. Look. Watch this shit.
We're going to be speaking on how Z Weezy turned into Lil Pyro. I did a ton of research for this video. I think you're going to like this one. Back in 2019, a mugshot was posted by World Star Hip Hop of a man with diamond teeth covered in face tats by the name of Lil Pyro. The caption read, Lil Pyro was just released on bail from a Los Angeles County jail.
Look at this shit.
He was arrested back in July of 2019, charged with unlawful possession of a firearm, felony drug possession, and disorderly conduct. After searching the car, police found one loaded handgun, 2 kilos of cocaine, and 19 grams of marijuana. Only 3 months later, World Star will post a video of Lil Pyro on bail, flexing what was said to be $100,000 cash, and reportedly he now had a warrant for attempted murder.
Niggas ain't got no money, blood, you know what I'm saying? These niggas broke, niggas, you know what I'm saying? These niggas ain't got no bands, you know what I'm saying?
World Star went on to say sources indicate he is a known member of the Pyro Bloods and has been closely associated with the Sinaloa cartel. 6 months later in 2020, Lil Pyro would find himself being arrested again, this time after a traffic stop in Queens, New York. World Star wrote reports indicated the 22-year-old rapper, whose real name is Michael Cortez, was in the backseat of an SUV that failed to signal a turn near the Queensbridge houses. Officers said the driver was compliant, but Pyro and another passenger became combative after they were asked to show their identification. Police discovered 5 ounces of marijuana and $14,000 cash. A video was said to have been posted showing Lil Pyro with his hands behind his back before he was transported to the 114th police station, where they were later released. Now, Lil Pyro was a New York rapper claiming the South Bronx, and looking at the tattoo on his right hand, he's specifically claiming the Soundview neighborhood, a notorious area known for violence and the birthplace of sex money murder, founded by Peter Rolak, aka Pistol Pete. By 26 years old, Pete was facing 25 charges including racketeering, murder, kidnapping, tampering with a witness, and use of a machine gun. Because some of those murders were ordered by Pete while he was behind bars,
that's Pistol Pete talking about, not this.
As part of a plea deal to avoid death, he'd be housed in solitary confinement. Pistol Pete agreed to the plea, and since the late 2000s, he's remained in Colorado's federal supermax prison, ADX, serving life plus 105 years. After his sentencing, Bronx police put up posters in his old neighborhood to send a message to anyone wanting to live like Pistol Pete. This is the type of environment Lil Pyro is claiming to be from, and he's proudly tattooed the South Bronx on his body multiple times, along with his Pyro blood affiliation. Now, I'm sure to escape the gritty streets of the Bronx, Pyro moved out west to California in pursuit of his rap career. And after landing in some legal issues out there, he's more recently found himself down in Miami, Florida, where he's dropped a few songs and has been seen on Instagram Live speaking with Fly Soldier.
You gotta move the military, or you gotta keep a strap on your ass?
Yeah, that is what it is, though, you feel me?
Now this is why I gotta call bullshit, because you can only fake the funk so long before that shit comes to light. So we're gonna take this shit way the fuck back to when Lil Pyro was Z Weezy. Zachary Wallenbeck was born in Syracuse, New York, over 4 hours away from the South Bronx, meaning he's closer to fucking Canada than New York.
With Violife plant-based cheese, vegan nachos check all the boxes. Pepper, guac, tomato,
that look dumb good.
Cheese. New York City. He graduated from the Christian Brothers Academy.
That's a private school.
And later went to the Syracuse University College of Arts and Science.
Now, I graduated. I'm an alumni. And I'm not saying college kids, college people, they can't be real. But look at this shit.
While in college, Zach was mentioned in a school paper because Krayshawn was set to perform at the university. Zach would go on to say, Krayshawn is such a big name act now. How could people resist? It's a good opportunity for the school. Other students disagreed, saying they don't listen to that type of music, but obviously Zach, or Z-Weezy, was all for a little diversity. In 2012, Zach would drop his own song under the name Z-Weezy after paying for a feature with another university rapper. He only has 2 other videos posted on his YouTube account, both just showing off glittery G-Shocks, as his friend walks barefoot in slacks talking about how he doesn't want to work full-time.
Barefoot, that job sucks. See, that's what I mean. I don't want to work full-time, Jack.
So all that bullshit about being from the Bronx is big cap. The whole Wallenbeck family is from upstate New York, and one of his relatives owned Rodfather's Barbecue and Catering. Now, at whatever point Z-Weezy decides to move to Marina Del Rey in Los Angeles County, and this is back when he first decided to get
Look at
tagged
this
up.
shit. He has a kufi on. This white man. He has a kufi on. He has Islamic garb. Islamic garb on his head. Showing a grill.
Obviously, this kid was heavily influenced by Lil Wayne, copying the big-ass star on his chest, the
Look at this
Rolls-Royce
shit.
logo, the cross in between his eyes. But if you peep game, on his left shoulder, he had Interstate North 81 tatted on him. 81 goes through Syracuse, New York, but obviously this kid wanted to erase his entire life, or at least his past, so he quickly covered it up with Bronx Southside. Now he had a shitload of...
He has a cross in the middle of his head.
Decided he wanted to be Pyro blood, but I don't think he watched enough Gangland to...
So, I'm going to pause it there. Alright? So, back in the day, a long time ago, the Muslim brothers, seeing any disrespect to Islam, they coming to ride out on you. Right? Now, for some reason, certain sects of Islam is associated with the blood gang. But as I look at this white man, who's a blood, it's 2 white men that I'm showing you, I'm starting to question, where did this gang come from? Especially if a white man with blue eyes is also known as the F word, right? And in the blood gang, on your right leg, you throw blood on the outside, which is haram, because blood is on the inside. But in every aspect, arm, leg, arm, head of Allah, right? The right leg is Shiva, because Islam is the sanctuary second, and Hinduism was the first. So basically, Islam was here to protect Hinduism. If y'all not understanding that. The people rebelled against Hinduism. All they just showed is that God was a hunter. And the people that supposedly didn't like or took it as it was violent, and they had their community, they did things to oppose it. So it's like, who developed this street gang right here? Shout out to my cousin, David Barksdale, distant cousin, that I wish I would have met you, to catch on the quick, to go against these people. Because like I just showed you, sexism and racism is often being mixed up and is unfair. That's why I am a pro advocate of segregation. It's just not this skin color. I want your sex preference to be out and about in the light. That's the only way we can normalize what's going on here. You have to tell the truth about how you feel and how you are. Besides, if you can't accept yourself as you was born of what you are, how the fuck do you expect somebody else to accept you? This is me, Julian Lamar Peterson, being a human being and asking everybody a question. If you need a sex change and you can't accept who you are and who you was born to be, how do you expect anybody else to accept you? I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not trying to be critical on you. I'm really a human being that's imperfect in an imperfect world. So I guess that makes me perfect because I fit here perfectly, being that it's an imperfect world and I'm imperfect. So who developed this game? If we know throwing body fluids on these statues is known as haram, evil, bad, spit, vomit, wiping a booger on it, ejaculation, blood, because nothing is supposed to go in the anus, is only made because you was split there to come out. Too much penetration to show blood. A woman is on her menstruation, isn't supposed to engage in anything because it's a sort of punishment. Right? So who on earth developed this gang, this street gang? Because blood is supposed to be on the inside. Now what I have here is a video showing a white man who is a blood, right? He's putting another white man who is a blood on blast. You're showing the white on white violence. So now you're going to have a category, right, of colored folks who's associated with the gang to pick which side they're going to be on. Especially if they're associated with the Bloods. Especially if they're associated with Islam. But now, before he had the face tats, he has a crucifix, not a stars, a crucifix tatted on his forehead, over his third eye. So now here comes the segregation on whose side you're going to be on. Who developed this gang? Who hates a statue that much to where they have to disrespect it? Now, I made a video that I'm trying to upload on my iPhone and it's acting up about Lori Lightfoot, if that's her first name, the mayor of Chicago, telling the Italian community and other people that she has a bigger gonads, which she associated to a human's or to a man's penis, than everybody else. And all that's what's going on is that they want a statue of Christopher Columbus being snatched down. Christopher Columbus brutalized Native American Indians. He was a drug dealer. He sold spices and herbs in exchange for slaves, in exchange for guns. Where on earth did a gun come from? Who developed it? Is it from this world? I think not. Just like the tall white pallid in Aliens, which is the white people. That's just my personal opinion. If you are on this planet and the sun, which makes every Native American feel better, you are on here suffering in the sun, it's a problem. Now, you have these smart people that develop these guns. They're targeting the sun, making the world colder, physically and emotionally colder, because you can't survive in the sun. You're hurting everything in the sun that helps us, the natives of this land. So where did your people come from? You got pictures of walking on the moon. Is there a planet behind it? Can you go into the moon? Because you're not walking on planet Earth as you show on the moon. You have people walking on the moon. You enter the planet of the Earth. You enter it. You go inside. You don't see people walking on top of the moon. So it's a secret, a bunch of secrets that's being held.
Pick the right set. He covered up all the blue shit, stamped Pyro all over his body, and some fucking how is claiming Murderland Mafia Pyro. Now, MMP made headlines back in 2019 when MMP's alleged founder and leader, Dante Bailey, aka Gutter, was sentenced to life in federal prison. Gutter allegedly ran Maryland, and more specifically Baltimore, and even traveled to Cali to get permission from the Pyros to form his own subset in Maryland.
Now, as you know, in Baltimore, Maryland, my family is heavy down there. I'm not going to talk about this situation, but for everybody, yeah, do the math.
So I don't know how the fuck Lil Pyro is claiming a Baltimore hood, living in Cali, and claiming the Bronx. Not only that, but Lil Pyro claims to be a 24-year-old Colombian male when he's on Instagram talking with other 20-year-olds.
Yo, I got no record label deal, bro. I did everything on my own out the mud. That's cool.
Look at this shit.
How old you is, like 27? No, I'm like 24, nigga. Show some respect, blood. Show some respect, Enzo. Hey, bullshit. You know, real blood. I smack the fuck out of you, bitch.
But in all reality, he's a fucking 28-year-old white guy. I guess he claims he's Hispanic and his name is Michael Cortez, so he gets an N-word pass. But all that's bullshit. You can look at his gorgeous blonde-haired, blue-eyed sister and see his genetics. Now, I'm not putting her name out there so y'all can harass her. I'm not showing any of his other very Caucasian family. But his sister lives in Cali, and apparently they share the same California address. She's also flown down to Miami to see him, and you can put two and two together when you see her posts compared to his. And she doesn't even put her last name on social media, which I'm sure is because of how many people have tried to expose Zachary Wallenbeck. Now, the dumbest shit I've heard out of his mouth isn't anything about blood or running the South Bronx.
When I was in prison, nigga, I sat in the cell every day, blood. You feel me? You know what I'm saying, blood? I do this for the streets. I do this for New York. I am the Bronx, nigga. Fuck with.
You see the retarded, the retard in his ass, like the retardation in him. Like, do you see that? Very, 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 very underrated. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna run it back, but that shit was funny.
But how we ask someone if they've ever been to prison, as if that shit makes you tough.
Hey, Enzo, let me ask you a question, nigga. You ever been to prison, nigga? No.
What is it with these people claiming, oh, I've been to prison, right? And you think you're fucking tough. Hello, there's no guns in prison, right? So make me understand why your scared ass is in prison bragging about all this jail time you could do because you're scared to be on the streets. I just got out of jail. There's so many people in there claiming, and I had to pull niggas' cards, and I'll be glad to pull anybody's card on it. You are bragging about being locked down. You haven't been with no woman or nothing. Or being with a woman is harder than being in jail. Go check it. You're bragging about this shit, about being in jail, like it's a fucking medal, when you're, all reality, you're scared to be in the streets. You're in jail for acting on something, and now you're protected. Make me understand that. How am I a real one, and I'm scared to be on the streets, and I'm in prison bragging about all this jail time I did, like I'm a fucking real one? You're scared to be on the streets. They don't mind being locked in a cell 24/7 with no fucking booty from a bitch to fuck, with no pussy to eat. They don't mind that shit. They getting fed 3 times a day. They don't have to go out. They can stay in that shit all the time. And you can shit right there. You don't even have to take a fucking shower. And you can ask for PC. Who Who wants that shit to be taken away from them? Your freedom. You can't go to McDonald's. You can't order no fucking pizza, nigga. You can't go get fresh. You got your oranges, your blues on. You watch TV for an hour and a half at a time. And you wait for another man to tell you what you can and cannot do so you can pull a fucking act and spaz out and yell and scream and act like you a real one because you yelled at a fucking correctional officer who's on the clock just doing his motherfucking job. But you was out in the streets trying to get arrested to avoid your head being blown, smooth the fuck off, or beaten to death with something. But you a real one. And there's so many niggas claiming mental health issues. They got mental health issues like they really about that. They just avoiding being in general population. Y'all niggas is fucking scared. And you don't want to go to your court date because you already know the sentence that you got is light. Or that people want to let you out of jail so somebody could really blow your fucking head off. So they want to bring you in court and say, you know what, you're right. We don't have enough evidence, knowing damn well we know what you did, so you can leave. But you know as soon as your ops see that you out, they gonna come serve you, nigga. And it ain't gonna be no jail time. They gonna lay you down forever. So for all the criminals and the gang members, y'all think that jail shit is cool? And you, and in the back of your mind, you want to be a fucking attorney, right? And you want to get on the police's good side, and you want to nail somebody else that don't deserve jail time because you already know they got their head on right, and you know being in that motherfucker is a motherfucker. You just want to take their privileges away from them because you know they could get some pussy, nigga, or you know they got a story to tell. You know they can last in society. So you want to mess up their record so they gotta go to jail, and it'd be hard for them to get a job even with a college degree. Well, newsflash, no matter how much you try to hurt me in the state, I'm federal property because I have a college degree. You have to pay to go to college. But when you're in public school, it's mandatory in the state. So you could try me. You could try to lock me up and fuck up my record. But until I go to the feds, it's something. Then it's nothing. But once I go to the feds, they're gonna help me, dickheads. So it's on.
He claims he did 25 months on Instagram as Big Cat. He was posting on Twitter.
So you did 2 years in a month. You did 2 years in a month for what? You didn't kill nobody and nothing. The fuck is you talking about? Everybody that got these, y'all in here bragging about these crimes? And you was just making money, or a drug dealer, you was just making money, or you had possession or something. You ain't really doing nothing. You ain't really got no fucking static, nigga. Because you had the gun and you got caught with it. Did you not just see the new law that came out March 1st for everybody that's toting a gun and your father's known for toting a gun? If you get 15 years, now it's 8. You get 8 years, now it's 4. If you get 4, now it's just a 1 and 3. That's the system trying to kill you. They're lenient on the gun laws now because everybody that's getting away, you get to live your life for having a gun and killing somebody when you didn't need to. Now they're letting you out early so you can get your life taken from you. If you don't believe me, go ask Nipsey Hussle's dead ass. He born in 85. Eric Holder's born in 89. They all a part of the Rolling 60s Crips on the west side, and Eric Holder was shooting people for you because he knew your baby mother trying to hustle before you knew your baby mother, nigga. Eric Holder's left leg is 4 centimeters longer than his other one, so when you make it, you're big, you got stores, you still won't hire that man. Y'all in the same neighborhood, protected under the 60s Crips, and you still wouldn't hire him? Didn't nobody want to kill him? If somebody wanted to kill him, he'd have been fucking dead already. The nigga Eric Holder was known for shooting people for you, nigga. But you can't hire him, and at the end of his life and his career, he could retire with some disability and he got a limb-length discrepancy? Oh, I got your attention, as if I give a fuck. I'm gonna keep it raw, real, and uncut. He got kicked in his fucking head for a reason. Subconscious. Pardon me. If you want.
The whole 2016. And if he was in prison with a phone, you already know this dumbass would have been taking pictures every 2 seconds. Not only that, but the mugshots are fake and the visitation photo is fake. Los Angeles.
Yeah, the gang world. Paperwork. Calling somebody a snitch. Nipsey Hussle. In a fucking gang. On gang territory. In front of your stores. In front of your stores. You caught somebody a snitch. 2 weeks prior, they got it on film that they knocked him out. They knocked Eric Holder out when you wasn't there. So now you want people to come finish the job. He already can't run. His left leg is too long. You seen how skinny he was on the streets? He came with 2 guns. And how many people was it? 5, 7. You got red on. I had no other choice to be a gang member. So I know when the Crip got on red, that means he got it on him. It means you flamed up. And if you call me a snitch for saying that, come see me. That's for anybody in every fucking gang. That's word to David. That's word to Vaughn in LA. Come see me. That's word to my pops, and I don't even get along with the nigga. He just been cursed with the last name. Come see me. That's Crips too. Come see me, nigga. Come see me.
Angeles County Jail general population inmates rock blue.
Like Nipsey ain't know what the fuck he was doing. So, as you can see, when I was locked up in Virginia in the South, we had to wear blue. It wasn't this color blue, it was light blue. Meaning you in general population. When you red, you a murderer. You get no time with nobody. When you pink, you a sex offender. When you wear orange, you're potentially a threat or you're in custody and being protected.
Inmates, meaning they either pose a threat or need to be separated for their own protection, like Soldier Boy who can be seen.
The word degree. Once again, it plays here. Like I said, you either have to be protected, that's why you're in orange, or they have to protect everybody from you. That's why you're in orange. So right now we have Suge Knight and Soldier Boy. I doubt anybody is scared of Soldier Boy. But Suge Knight was known for the get up.
In his orange uniform, everyone knows dude was PC. Same with Suge Knight. Obviously, Lil Pyro wasn't smashing shit in jail, so unless he's pretending to be PC, he didn't do his homework on how to fake a jail pic. Not only that, but there's no way in fuck you're bailing out on 2 kilos in a gun charge, leaving the state, and getting arrested in New York.
They're trying to get locked up. They're scared of the streets. And what's so bad about it? All y'all cowards, y'all scared to get your ass whooped. That's it. Back in the day, back a long time ago, they threw their hands, their knuckles. I'm an 86 baby. We was known to throw your hands. There was no guns, there was no knives, no bats, no nothing. No none of that shit. You throw your hands up. That's what it was. These niggas nowadays, y'all niggas is pussy. Y'all need y'all gun. Y'all need y'all shit. Y'all need all of that shit. The girls that was born in the 80s, that's my age, is realer. There's some of y'all niggas that's walking around here. Cause a girl will fight you in a heartbeat. Even if she can't beat you, she will fight you. She not go get no knife, no gun, no nothing. Girls is not out here killing people with no fucking weapon. That's why I call niggas a bitch. And that's a female dog. There's girls out here that'll rumble you. There's girls in the South that'll beat your ass from New York.
Seen the pattern of people tatting their whole fucking face for attention. And to be honest, it makes me think something is mentally wrong with him. He has no arrest record, portrays a lifestyle he's far from living, and it seems like he just sits in the house trying to come up
My
with
whole fucking life, whether I was up here or if I was in the South, my closest, bestest friends was a fucking girl. Always remember that shit about me. If I called you my friend, it's because we fried at the end.
to redirect this facade he's created. And I think it's just a case of someone lying so much, they start truly believing their own lie. Now, I want to be clear. I didn't make this video
Look at this shit.
just as an exposing video.
This nigga looks like Porky the Pig. End of sentence 1090 Jake. Like I said a long time ago, my offer is still on the table since we all getting paid, right? On that celebrity boxing match or the YouTube versus TikTokers. You can get your ass whipped. End of sentence 1090 Jake. The other nigga, Trap Kitchen Freddy, Trap House Kitchen, whatever the fuck his name is, you can get your ass whipped too. DDG, you can get your ass whipped too. Deshae Frost, you can get your ass whipped too. Hassan Campbell, I will smash you. You can still get your ass whipped. And anybody else on these platforms, y'all niggas can still get your ass whipped. As a matter of fact, just to show you that it's that real, you can keep 100% of the money. Just put this shit live on TV. I want 1 million subscribers. I want your likes. I want your subscribers. I want your views. You can keep the bag of money. I don't want no fucking money. I just want my fucking fade. I want all my rounds. And what I really, really want, I don't want the referee to stop the fight. I want somebody to die in the fucking ring. Beat me till I'm dead. I want to see if that's possible with any of y'all motherfuckers. I'm being dead ass serious. This shit can be rated X. Not rated R, rated X. Pay-per-view. Go ahead, tune in. Let's see who's going to die first. In boxing, people die by accident. Right? So why not up the ante? Since I'm on the fucking molestation list, right? And I got all these bitch ass niggas thinking about me. And Hassan, I'm disappointing you, pussy. For real. And I want you. And I'm dead ass serious. I want you. We could get it in. We could get it in behind closed doors. We could get it in front of everybody. We could get it in for free. And your man, Andre Christie, I want him too. Everybody that was locked up with my father and y'all seen them motherfuckers and heard them motherfuckers saying my name and knew I was in Virginia. I want it with each and every one of you niggas. Including my pops. He could get it too. That's why he's running from me. And he keeps saying, no, you gotta hear me out. No, I want each and every one of you niggas for that shit. Each and every one of you. Because if you're saying I was 20 years old and I slashed an 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 9-year-old, you don't deserve to live, in my opinion. You're a fucking coward. And all these parents, right? You parents with the parent buzzer, y'all motherfuckers deserve this shit. Y'all deserve this COVID shit. Y'all deserve to be masked up and the fucking oxygen to leave your body. But as for this nigga right here and everybody else, I want my fade. I want my fade with each and every one of you niggas. Mike Daniels, if you want to fight for Monique, because I feel like spitting in that bitch's face, you can get it too.
Care less about that, you know what I mean? Anybody that's actually in tune with something, you can look at somebody and you can start putting things together for yourself. You already know, right?
So what he just said, he's a blood too, and this is my problem. He just said real recognize real. He just said it in the most white boy lamest way. Now, I don't understand. I don't understand if you're in a gang and homies in the same gang, y'all bang the same color, the same rag. I don't understand why you make any type of video dissing your gang. Unity. You're supposed to be united. Right? You're supposed to be united. You're supposed to want to roll on each and everything that's not with your gang. Well, newsflash, nigga. Just like the whole city of Yonkers and everybody in Valhalla jail and everybody in fucking Virginia and everybody in White Plains, I was the one that didn't get down with your fucking gang. So now you're street with him. You want to be real street with him, right? Because he's banging the same color as you. Let's take it back to the days. Back in the days where everybody from the opposite gang was getting it in with people on the opposite gang. Why all of a sudden y'all set tripping? What happened to the Bloods trying to kill the Crips and the Crips trying to kill the Bloods? What happened to the folks trying to get it in with the disciples? And the disciples trying to get it in with the folks? Or the folks trying to get it in with the vice lords? And the vice lords trying to get it in with the folks? Or the Spanish gangs, the Neyetas, trying to get it in with the Latin kings and vice versa? Whatever. Why y'all banging on each other? Y'all niggas is raping each other, that's why. Y'all niggas is pussy. Straight up. You took the foundation of the gangs, you took everything that this shit was made for and what it was built on, and you fucking mutated it. You fucking lizards. So everybody that I just named is blood. I'd be the first to tell you I'm not a community member. I'd be the first to tell you I want a piece of pussy. Faster than I want any amount of money, especially when you locked up. Like I said, if you're doing life in prison, I don't think $1 million can help you if you can't get out. But if you fucking a bad bitch 3 days out of the week, you do fine. Okay? Besides a bag of money, and besides fucking a bitch's vagina, the best revenge, well, I gave it up. The best thing after that is fucking revenge. There's a such thing as called revenge sex too, right? So why don't these community members, why don't y'all be real ones? Make it a gang aspect since you like going to jail. I'm coming at you bill first. I'm coming at you bill first. That's a nose. That's that's a beak of a bird. I'm coming at y'all motherfuckers 300 miles per hour, 666 miles per hour. Don't none of y'all want to fade me. DDG is reading my comments and he's ignoring me. He's blood. You are pussy. The Shea Frost, you're related to the Barksdales and you didn't get it. You didn't get the memo that you gotta stand strong and the Bloods put you down. On purpose. You're pussy. Hassan Campbell, you put down the Blood Gang as much as possible, and then when you get drunk, you start throwing up your bees. If I was the Bloods, nigga, I would want you laid down too. You're pussy. Trap House Kitchen, you around my little cousin Javante, and Javante, don't act like I don't know that you took that blood shit too, and I don't fuck with that shit, nigga. So it is what it is with us, nigga, and I'm being dead serious on that shit too. And it could get you, and it could get to your mother. But guess what, Trap House, since you're around the little cousin, and I know y'all niggas is blood, you are pussy too. That's what the 5 is. Let me explain. So a 6-pointed star, I'll explain it again. When it's not folded and you're standing up, it's arm, leg, arm, head, the Allah, whatever you want to call it. Your head is Brahm, your left is Vishnu, your right is Saraswati, your stomach is Sri Lakshmi, your right leg is Shiva, your left leg is Parvati Uma. That's the 6-point star. So what's wrong with Islam is the 5-point star. Where is Vishnu's wife? Because Vishnu's wife in the 6-pointed star is the stomach that makes the sex organ. The vagina, the dick of the 6-point star. Oh, you get it now. So for some reason, the guardian protector is shapeshifter. He doesn't have his wife in Islam. That's what the fuck is the matter with it. Oh, you ain't know that either. You're just taking my college tuition, my college degree, and you're just learning from me. Don't you notice that? Or it's the Jewish star? How the fuck is it the Jewish star when David became a king? So the contradictory of King David, no pun to my cousin, is that he dethroned another king to be a king of God. So he wants to be under God, but above other people. So Sri Lakshmi, the wife of Vishnu, let me point it out. The left shoulder is Vishnu. You see how it's connected? Your heart is there. He has 10 kids. You see how it's connected to the belly? of Sri Lakshmi, his wife, but it doesn't exist in Islam? Because that's the punishment, is marriage for violating Hinduism? Oh, I got your attention. Brahm is your head. Whether you like it or not, females. It's a man. The creation is a man. It's the sperm seed. That's the creation. And on your right shoulder is Saraswati. That's the female. The teacher, the educator. That's Brahm's wife. I already told you Shiva is your right leg and he's married to Vishnu's sister, Parvati Uma. So what's wrong with Islam, son? You're punishing us a little too much. Especially if I never threw blood on Shiva.
About the image.
For FYI, my grandmother and my great aunt, her sister, they taught me Hinduism first. But unfortunately, I had the degree of Shahada of Islam put on me as I was a baby. So you've been subconscious me as being a Muslim before I could talk and walk. And that's why they call it haram, bad.
That you're trying to project. With this dude, for him to be talking about he's the big Pyro, he's running the Bronx, he's got guns, he's doing this, he's doing that.
Look at this shit.
It pisses me off because, for one, I'm a fucking white blood. And I went through hell just to be able to bang this shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially inside a prison. Like, the amount of fucking shit that I've gone through.
You have blue eyes. Why on earth would you want to be a part of this gang? My little cousin Dave Vaughn, King Von Bennett, was born into a gang. My cousin Cameron Washington, C. Honcho, was born into the fucking opposite gang. My other cousin Leonard Anderson was born into the gang. They became rappers for a better life. I've witnessed the abuse of them having older cousins and older siblings over their shoulder. Monique seen it too. Constantly watching every move they make and critiquing and criticizing everything they do as they're a little fucking kid. So this is not as backwards that this motherfucker right here could throw on a red flag because he got slashed in jail for being a blood. He could make hundreds of thousands of dollars off YouTube, possibly $1 million, and he's still alive, creating a fucking wealth for people being slain, including my dead little cousin. But you motherfuckers in America, you killed my little cousin because he was born into the gang and he was showing people, I'm just trying to live my life and grow away from this shit. That's why he left Chicago and went to fucking Atlanta. Is that not obvious? What, you people is mad that he put my fucking laceration, my scar on his head? Yeah, let's play crazy since everybody wants to fucking play crazy. And it looked like he was making fun of NBA Youngboy, right? Is that why you want to penalize my fucking cousin? Because everybody is listening to white people saying that, oh, the brain isn't the magic element of your whole entire existence? Like your eyes don't play tricks on you? Well, guess what? Aliens and UFOs are gas, right? So if it's too much gas, right, and it's heat, it could cause something called hallucination. Meaning, if I'm not in shape, I can see something that's not fucking there. A mirage. What is a mirage? You can see something in the distance over the ocean, water, which is also another way to show you that there's another life form. You need your heart to live in a different terrain that's established into terrain. You have two different terrains close to each other. So that's why aliens are gas. Because once you see a dark streak, that means it's hot. When you see a light streak, it means it's cold. How does that develop? A fog, condensation, precipitation. You have heat over the cool water. You sweat when you're hot, and your sweat fucking cools you off, you idiots. Like I'm not ending the world as we know it. You owe too much money, America. The person that touched me is a celebrity. He gets paid $6 million a year for still having the pleasure of him grabbing my nuts. There's bitches out here walking this face of the earth that want to grab my nuts the way you grab my nuts, Max. There are women still alive and breathing that still want to fuck me down. You dig it? Is this not making sense? Hallucination? You see something that's not there, but you kill my little cousin? America? Is it not fucking ringing a bell? Don't y'all niggas get deja vu every time you see me? It's me. My name is Julian. This name was created from the remember the pagans? The empire? The fucking empire of the pagans? And the emperor's name of the Roman emperor, his name was fucking Julian. Y'all not getting deja vu? That I'm literally a regular, schmegular person like me. I'm killing y'all for my family? You think the world ends in a gas attack because you just want to be put to sleep. You're a coward. When I was growing up, I heard the world ends different. There's a mothership. It looks like a top hat that's going to come over the earth and just open up from the bottom and absorb all the electricity up into this space shuttle. Can you imagine that? Let me use your picture side of your mind. That's the left side of your brain. Right? Right up here. Right? Let me use that for you. Now just imagine whether the white man, the Chinese man, the Russian man, or whoever developed this machine. And there's something about a top hat. You know, because when you see nuclear explosions or a bad tidal wave or any type of combustion, the top of the explosion looks like a hat. Oh, I got your attention. So let's just say this is an aircraft, spacecraft that somebody developed and you humans just don't know. It's still hovering in outer space over Earth, can't be seen by the naked eye. And all it does is just opens up from the bottom and absorbs all of Earth's electricity, because we still don't know where these lightning bolts come from, absorb all the electricity into this little machine, this spacecraft, and just flies away. Instead of gas, that's how you kill everybody. It's kind of like an electric chair. But y'all killed my little cousin.
Insane. And I know other white homies that have gone through the same shit. So when I see somebody that obviously...
Remember when Vaughn showed you that his kid wouldn't hit his other kid, even if Vaughn, the father, told him to do it? The little kid knew better not to hit his sibling, his baby sibling, or his girl sibling, even if his own father told him to hit him or her. You remember that?
I went through fucking none of that. You were in college, I was in prison. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big fucking difference. And it just seems like another example of somebody that wanted to jump on the band.
All right. So being that he's just bragging about the dude he just made this video for being in college, right? This is how stupid this nigga is. And he was in prison as he was in college. But also says, who the fuck brags about being in prison? This is who I want. This is all gang related. All fucking hatred. This is the racism. This is who I want first. I want to beat all y'all niggas' asses and make this shit a 9 to 5. But this is who I want. For that shit right there. I'm a college grad. So he's basically saying, if you went to college and graduated college or have any association with college, you can't be a real one at all. I want this motherfucker right now on a silver platter.
Wagon and is under the impression that claiming something is gonna make them seem tougher than what they are. But what
He's talking about
off
himself.
is the false narrative and the false image that's being projected, because what happens on social media is the young fucking kids think this is what I gotta do to blow up.
Oh, so now he's talking to our kids. Now he's talking to our kids. Right? He's a gang member. And this is what I ask the community, the Bloods. This is what I'm a kindly ask y'all niggas this shit. Get in contact with him. Use your gay powers and set up this fight.
Tap my face up. I'm gonna claim some shit I'm really not. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Y'all killed my
But
cousin.
you're a white kid that already has
FYI, all it takes is to put on a different color rag and a bunch of false claiming to say that you're in that specific gang, when in all reality you're in a different gang. You're violating rules and principles. Why do I say that? It's obvious. Quando Rondo and Little Tim was blood. They was never Crip. They're not Crip. They are blood. Because when you're cripping like that, when you're supposed to be cripping, you never have a right-hand man.
that travels the fucking world. You know what I mean? When you already have money, you can portray this bullshit and hide in the house because you already have cash. You don't really need to go outside. You can live in Miami, yeah, but you're not popping out in the hoods. You're not really in the fucking streets of Miami. You might as well just be vacationing. You know what I'm saying? So you have the funds and ability to put on this fake facade because you're never actually in the streets. Versus the kids that are looking up to this fuck shit. They're not in that position. You got kids in the cities that'll look up to somebody like Tekashi or fucking Lil Pyro and think, oh, this is what it is. But then he gets himself killed because he's false claiming some shit, or he's looking like this on Instagram.
All y'all gotta do is speak your truth. That's it. That's it. That's all y'all gotta do is speak your truth. You understand where I'm coming from? All that shit makes no sense. You're calling people out for being real ones. You're saying they're not hanging on the streets. They're not ganged up with a whole bunch of niggas. It just sounds like a big ass gay party. Right? Because if I'm not hanging in the streets and I'm not this portraying gangster, come see me one-on-one and whip my ass. That's how you prove your point. Prove your point, right? That I'm not this real one or whatever. I don't know what the fuck the standard is. I don't even know what he's talking about. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. When they say that shit about being in the streets, wanting beef, it just sounds like you're talking about raping a man. It sounds like it. It could be nothing else. It has to be you want beef with a nigga. You want to make somebody your bitch. It has to be. I don't know what loser is out here just trying to be on the streets shooting and hurting people. For what reason? That's a mental health patient or it's something else. What are you proving? Explain to me that. Explain. When I throw up the C, it's for correction. Not a correctional facility. It's to correct what's going on. My name is Clipper the Clipper. This is your YouTube video. I mean this shit from my heart down to my second soul. That's my fucking nuts. The same one that Petty touched. And whoever wanted with me, come see me, yo.